Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here with the new hero Hotshot. We're going to be continuing our Hotshot series here as we go into Guild Wars. I want to see how he does against some of the top bases, against some of the top heroes. It's one thing to throw a hero into a dungeon. You know what's going to happen. But when it's a whole team of, breakthrough 30 heroes with Zephs and Doves and Rippers and, the whole gang, it can be somewhat more difficult. So we're going to do our Guild Wars today. We're going to see how it works. The build that I've settled on for, right now, it's preliminary build. I knew I wanted something defensive, and I knew I wanted something offensive. I've got the skin on him, so I can have both options. I'm running a 10 Flame Guard with a Sacred Light. It's going to keep him alive. It's going to reduce damage to an infinitesimal degree. I've got him also with a new attack-oriented pet. I've got another side of him for DPS. More so 10 Sunder. I'm looking for as many attacks in combat as possible. That's a very niche mode. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that setup. He's an auto-proc hero, but it's a useless auto-proc. So, I would basically just go Sacred Light or Flame Guard, something defensive, keep him alive. The dead hero attacks no one. So, in a defensive game like today, this is probably the best kind of a build. Something defensive. As far as his enchantment goes, I put a Forest Ward on him. The reason is I have run a Forest Ward also on my Zeph and my Dove. It serves me so well. When you're locked up, stunned, frozen, paralyzed, comatized, put into a Cosmo proc, something like a healing ritual isn't working because you're not attacking. Something like a life drain isn't working because you're not attacking. You're just sitting there getting beaten on. So I find that in general, a lot of heroes benefit from the automatic nature of Forest Ward. No matter where you are on the board or what your hero is doing, every X seconds you're going to have a percentage chance to dispel debuffs as well as get a huge heal. Very, very helpful. I'm going to be running my, really Guild Wars, one hero, one Doom Balloon, and it's 100%. So I'm going to be running my normal Kill the Heroes team. And we're going to have to do base damage because that's part of the game mode, but my focus and my attacks are going to be oriented towards killing off heroes. I'm going to see if Hotshot has anything to do with that, if he can help in any way. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea. So let's just give it a try. Let's go into, where the heck is the guild? Okay. We've got Imbalance, 7 Seas, Hall of Fame, and Elysium. 4 top guilds here on iOS. Also 4 high might guilds. We're going to have a very, probably a high scoring event here. Let's see. We're going to start with Imbalance and work our way over. 774, 1.66, 1.64, 1.57, 1.54. Gotta remember those. 145. Back to 7 Seas again. Okay, so everything is coming from 7 Seas. Let's see how Elysium goes. 174, 163. One 163 and 149. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be 174, 163, 166, 164, 157. All right, that's great. Let's take out these first 3, and then we'll move on to the next guild. That's Marty's base. Marty Pro Seas, one of the top players here on iOS. Always has amazing base defense, amazing hero placement. We got a Laz and a Rosa down south. We've got a Lava Ripper. We've got Walla and Zeph. Let's go towards Zeph. I'm going to go with Dove first, followed up by Zeph. Followed up by rest of the gang. And let's just see how it goes. Let's see especially how Hotshot does in terms of his ability to stay alive. You can see his shots coming out. He's very rapid fire. It's a bit like a shotgun and then immediate little machine gun blasts. And we'll see how it goes with the hero damage that we can put out. Okay, Hotshot was the first to go out. Let's try to keep that in mind. Maybe we need to put a healing pet on him. Right now I have a very, very attack-centric pet. And it might not be exactly what we want. Coming up on 86%, 89, about to jump over to 90. And it looks like about 3 heroes killed. Zeph didn't go down because Zeph went into stealth. That's why we were able to go past Zeph. Let's do this. Let's make a small adjustment. Let's pull out the attack pet, and let's put a let's put a healing pet on him. Kind of healing pet. Let's go with Mini Angie. Let's see if that makes a difference. Go back in here. Guild Wars. Yep. Okay, I want 164. Okay, it's Mcry's base. Another top player here on iOS. Always has a fantastic base defense. Always tough to get through. But got that dove down south. Always love to see a dove. Let's go for a dove. Dove isn't going to die. That means we can just sit there, keep stacking, keep activating our skill repeatedly in the hopes that we're going to take some guys out. See that health on Hotshot going down. I don't know if he's a Guild Wars attacker in today's game. You know, we play this game at so many varying might levels. You might say, hey, this hero's no good, or this hero's great, and somebody completely disagrees with you. Well, they're fighting a different set of opponents. Okay, you mentioned Skull Knight, and a certain percentage of the population says, well, it's the greatest hero ever. Well, when you're 200,000 might, Skull Knight is a beast. But when you're 1.8 million might, Skull Knight dies even before you put him out on the board. You look at Skull Knight on your phone, and Skull Knight turns to dust. So, it all depends on what might bracket you're in. Face to face, up in the face of Zeph's, I don't know if Hotshot is necessarily geared towards that. I also don't have a healer. I don't have Walla. Let's try that. Let's just put Walla in for a moment. We've got I'm gonna think about if I want to have Walla or not. I really like the fact that I'm running so much deflect. This is the reason I have Ashura in. Let's see. Go back to Hotshot. Equipment. They got that Forest Ward on there. That's nice. I'd try him with the other pet that heals. The new pet that heals. Let's try that too. Why not? Let's go back in there. Go into our Guild Wars. We've got maybe one more in here. 157. Yep. 157. Okay. It's Paul's base. Paul, another great player here on iOS. Always putting up in terms of base defense. I got all these auto proc heroes. What a mess this is going to be. I'm going to go towards Zeph. Always like to target the indestructible enemies. By targeting the indestructible enemies, I know that they're not going to die. And because of that, I can just keep hitting them. Let's see how we do. Maybe a little bit better of a healing pet. And Ripper always does a nice job of staying alive, but when he's face to face against the Zeph, who's getting a 40% base defense bonus, it's pretty hard. Really, I guess most efficient way to run Guild Wars, you just use one or two heroes and get your 100%. But I like to make things more difficult for myself. So, why I don't use spells in battle? Whenever I get raided and I press the replay and I see somebody uses spells, I always think, what? Why? Why would you do that? That's against the rules. You can't use spells. You use troops. You use spells. You use base damaging pets. Why would you do this? But hey, we all play the game a different way. Let's see here. Where are we now? 174 and 163. Well, this primarily deflect team, it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Seem to be doing okay. Oh my goodness, Deuce's base. One of the great players here on iOS. We got a lot of mess here. We're gonna have a tough time. We got a gunslinger over there. That's not good. Got creation. Yikes. That's all trouble. It's all trouble. I'm going to go towards Zeph and see what happens. I'm going to go towards Zeph, but I'm going to just put Ashura out and see what happens by himself. And it's not an attack, really. Yeah, you're going to get killed. Okay, that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't care how much deflect you got. When you got like multiple heroes auto-procking on you, you're done. Let's go in there. Let's throw Dove, Zeph. Wait on the rest. Ready with my Ashura and my Occultist. And we're going to go boom, 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 boom. Okay. Move 6. What's going to happen? And Hotshot's doing a lot better now that I switched pets on him. He's definitely hanging in there a lot longer. You can see his health fluctuating back and forth, but I mean, the man's eating a Zeph sandwich right now. So, now he's out. But we still have our, main 3 in terms of survivability. They'll be just fine. Now it's 75%. We're going to be going up to 100 in a couple more seconds here. And about one more attack and we should be good. Nice. Okay, so we've got one more to go. Let's go in here. 163, I believe, is the next and last. I believe that is accurate. Oh, it's Elysium Yoda's. It's Yoda's base. Who's that down there? He got himself a hot shot. And he got hot shot with Empower, so he keeps blasting off. This is what I was talking about with the Empower. He's an auto proc hero. Hot shot. But look at the auto proc. Okay, he does this shotgun blast in an arc. Well, unless I'm standing right by the letters, unless I'm standing right next to him, it's not going to hit me. And if I happen to be standing right next to him, he'd be hitting me anyway because I'm in his range of attack. So this is kind of an auto proc that I look at in the same way I look at a Mahatma auto proc or a Rosaline auto proc, a Valen auto proc, really, even the Queen Wasp auto proc. Unless you're in their range of attack, the auto proc is useless anyway. So, I got him on my base for defense. I just run him with a Flame Guard and a Sacred Light. So it's like if you're going to stack up against him, you're going to get a real beating. I just talked for an entire minute. Okay, let me start over again. All right, our last attack. Let's get in there. Let's get it done. Oh, where do we want to start? We got creation up there. Let's just start with Ripper and see what happens. See if we can't take out Ripper. See, there are certain heroes that cannot be silenced, others that can. Flame Guard is one of those talents that on certain heroes can be silenced. On Walla Walla, it can't. I think on Queen Wasp, it can't be silenced. A couple of heroes that are immune to Zeph can't be silenced. It's happening. All right, there we go. Boom. All right, so let's see how we do. Back up on out here, and what we got? 18,839. Not bad. We'll see how it goes. We are in a guild. I'll wrap it up with this. I want to thank you, all the great guilds here on iOS. We're in a guild system right now where I really think that we need to introduce some new rewards, specifically to guild members, for participation in guild events, and something that, sweet goodness, cannot be purchased from the bazaar. Some kind of unique resource for those who engage in guild wars or engage in guild events. In terms of guild wars, I personally would get rid of the game mode. This is ridiculous. You know, if a 200,000 might player with a dove and a doom balloon can 100% a 1.6 million might base, well then why do we have bases? Why don't we just have a button that you press and it states victory? That would be a lot easier. Why don't we just sweep Guild Wars? So Guild Wars has lost, in my opinion, it's lost any sense of strategy. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Okay. I mean, I remember back in the day, you had to snipe out the bad guys from across the board, because if you came at the base, Dread Drake would smash you. Golem would liquefy you. You had to use Grizzly Reaper. You had to take these guys out from a distance. You had to use your Ares. You had to silence them. You had to take their energy away. You had to use some kind of strategy. Even before Breakthrough really started to move up in this game, I mean, I was using Dove with like a brute force and landing crit strikes, and sometimes in the same base for a half an hour. 45 minutes. I fought K9 Max's base for like 45 minutes. I actually got tired. I had to take a nap in between because it required strategy. Now it takes 60 seconds in a Doom Balloon. So I think it has devalued it a bit. I would get rid of Guild Wars and give me a world boss where all the guilds can fight together. You pair up with 4 other guilds. The 5 guilds together fight a common enemy that takes, an entire day to defeat. And you can trade information, you can work together in combination, and get the same rewards and the same satisfaction without having to be guild versus guild. It's just my 2 cents. I want to thank everybody who got involved in Guild Wars and got involved in Guild Life here on the iOS server. If you're interested in Hotshot, please don't try to roll for him. He is available only through the acquisition of Soul Stones from the Lonely Sea game mode, as well as the Floating Isle. Lonely Sea gives out, I think, a tremendous amount. I got something like 80 from Lonely Sea. And the Floating Isle, it was day 1 here on the iOS server, and it was just like boom, 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 10 Soul Stones, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Done. Got a Hotshot. And a lot of people here on iOS already do as well. Some of them have more than one. Okay, already starting a Hotshot army. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy the new update and enjoy your Guild Wars today. All right, see you, everybody. Bye-bye.